morning. Welcome to the Church of St. Augustine as we celebrate this Easter Mass. Please rise.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, the grace and peace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the communion of the Holy Spirit be with all of you. Happy Easter. We gather on this glorious morning. Our Lord has risen, and we sing Alleluia. We gather as the body of Christ, here present in person and televised as well, the people of God. On this Easter morning, as we prepare ourselves to celebrate these sacred mysteries, we call to mind our sins and pray for God's mercy and forgiveness. Lord Jesus, you are Son of God and Son of Mary. Lord, have mercy. Lord Jesus, you are splendor of the Father. Christ, have mercy. Lord Jesus, you rose from the dead and are seated at the right hand of the Father. Lord, have mercy. May Almighty God have mercy on us, forgive us our sins, and bring us to everlasting life. Amen. Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace to people of good will. We praise you, we bless you, we adore you, we glorify you. We give thanks for your great glory, Lord God, heavenly King, O God. Let us pray. O God, who on this day, through your only begotten Son, have conquered death and unlocked for us the path of eternity, grant that, we pray, that we who keep the solemnity of the Lord's resurrection may through the renewal brought by your Spirit rise up to the light of life. Through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, God forever and ever.
A reading from the Acts of the Apostles. Peter proceeded to speak and said, "You know what has happened all over Judea, beginning in Galilee, after the baptism that John preached, how God anointed Jesus of Nazareth with the Holy Spirit and power. He went about doing good and healing all those oppressed by the devil, for God was with him. We are witnesses of all that he did, both in the country of the Jews and in Jerusalem. They put him to death by hanging him on a tree. This man God raised on the third day and granted that he be visible, not to all the people, but to us, the witnesses chosen by God in advance, who ate and drank with him after he rose from the dead. He commissioned us to preach to the people and testify that he is the one appointed by God as judge of the living and the dead. To him, all the prophets bear witness that everyone who believes in him will receive forgiveness of sins through his name." The word of the Lord.
This is a day
A reading from the letter of St. Paul to the Colossians. Brothers and sisters, if then you were raised with Christ, seek what is above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Think of what is above, not of what is on earth. For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ your life appears, then you too will appear with him in glory. The word of the Lord.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. On the first day of the week, Mary of Magdala came to the tomb early in the morning while it was still dark, and saw the stone removed from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and to the other disciple whom Jesus loved, and told them, "They have taken the Lord from the tomb, and we do not know where they put him." So Peter and the other disciple went out and came to the tomb. They both ran, but the other disciple ran faster than Peter and arrived at the tomb first. He bent down and saw the burial cloths there, but did not go in. When Simon Peter arrived after him, he went into the tomb and saw the burial cloths there, and the cloth that had covered his head, not with the burial cloths, but rolled up in a separate place. Then the other disciple also went in, the one who had arrived at the tomb first, and he saw and believed. For they did not yet understand the scripture that he had to rise from the dead. The Gospel of the Lord. My brothers and sisters, this is a beautiful and a good day. It's beautiful weather. We are gathered in person in great numbers, and we are reaching out to many others live. But this day is not like all the rest, not just because of all those good things, but because our Lord has risen. He has truly risen, and we sing Alleluia, Alleluia, with hearts filled with joy. Jesus Christ has conquered sin and death. He has conquered the evil one who no longer has power over us. No, this day is not like the rest. Jesus Christ is risen. He is truly risen. It's why we gather and we celebrate this glorious morning. Now we can choose to just think that's a nice idea. And we can just hold it in theory, or we can live it out in a very practical way. This faith in what is central to our faith, the life, death, and now the resurrection of our Savior, Jesus Christ. He has set us free. That is good news. And in a very practical way, we also need to ask, how do I need to be set free? What do I need to be free of? Is it resentment? or anger, or bitterness, maybe envy or jealousy, unforgiveness. Maybe it's some addiction in life, a relationship. Maybe it's fear and anxiety from all that is happening in our world, the pandemic, and many other things. But Jesus Christ is risen, and he has conquered evil. And he's conquered the evil one who works in fear. When we are with Jesus and we believe him, and we live with him, we have nothing to fear. He casts out all fear. He who is perfect love. My brothers and sisters, this day is not like any other day, for Jesus Christ is risen from the dead. And that's the truth. And we need to believe that truth with our very lives. We need to live with Jesus. So often we get caught up into our secular culture. We live of the world. But we belong to Jesus, and like Jesus, we live in the world, but we're not of this world. There's another one to come. We are merely passing through, and we can never make this paradise the perfect place. That's our home that we await in the eternal paradise of heaven. Proof of the resurrection is not only in the empty tomb. It is seen in the committed lives of those who believe. And we, as Catholics, as Christians, believe in the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, the one who freed us from sin and death, that conquers all fear in his perfect love. We believe. Let us live our lives fully, as if we are believing, and give that good news to the world that so desperately needs it. But let us keep our eyes, our hearts, and our hope in the eternal heaven, our homeland, the gates of which Jesus Christ opened at his resurrection. Let us live in that hope and the joy of our resurrected Lord. My brothers and sisters, last evening at our Easter Vigil, we blessed water, baptismal water, our Easter water. We will be sprinkled with that water and blessed, reminded of our baptism when we put on Christ to live with Christ. Now let us renew our baptismal promises. And I invite you to respond, I do. Do you renounce sin so as to live in the freedom of the children of God? Do you renounce the lure of evil so that sin may have no mastery over you? Do you renounce Satan, the author and prince of sin? Do you believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth? Do you believe in Jesus Christ, his only Son, our Lord, who was born of the Virgin Mary, suffered death and was buried, rose again from the dead, and is seated at the right hand of the Father? Do you believe in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Catholic Church, the communion of saints, the forgiveness of sins, the resurrection of the body, and life everlasting? This is our faith. We are proud to profess it in Jesus Christ, the one who lives and reigns forever and ever. Amen.
Springs of our birth, flood of God's rich
and sisters, we humbly turn to our Lord with our prayers and our petitions.
For the church, that we will continue to be instruments of Christ's light for all those who have died or lived in darkness, of hope for all who know pain, and of love for all who have been forgotten. We pray to the Lord.
Lord,
for all the newly baptized and confirmed, that they may be faithful disciples of Jesus, bearers of the light of Christ in their lives, and witnesses to Christ in their words and deeds. We pray to the Lord. For all the human family, that we who have been created in the image and likeness of God may recognize our identity as God's people and respect the gift of life in one another. We pray to the Lord. For all who yearn for freedom, that God will lead the enslaved, the unjustly held, and all the oppressed to freedom, and those bound by addiction to a new beginning in life. We pray to the Lord. For all who thirst for something more in life, that they may come to the living water, Jesus, that satisfies all the longings of the human heart. We pray to the Lord. For all in this community, that renewed through word and sacrament, we may be strong in faith, confident in hope, and abounding with love for God and neighbor. We pray to the Lord. For the gift of peace, that the Spirit of God will bring forth a springtime of peace in our cities, our nation, and amongst nations, so that all people may live in safety and with dignity. We pray to the Lord. For all those who have died, that they may enjoy the fullness of love and peace with the risen Lord. We pray to the Lord.
Dear gracious God, loving and almighty Father, once again we humbly ask you to hear our prayers, to know those in the silence of our hearts and those of all of our loved ones. Father, give us the desire, the strength we need to live your will and not our own, to live with Jesus Christ. And we lift up all these prayers to the intercession of our Blessed Mother, the one who gave birth to Jesus, was there at his suffering and death, and also witnessed his resurrection. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Blessed are you, Lord God of all creation, for through your goodness we have received this wine we offer you, fruit of the vine and work of human hands, that will become for us our spiritual drink. Pray, sisters and brothers, that this, my sacrifice and yours, may be acceptable to God, the Almighty Father. Exultant with paschal gladness, O Lord, we offer the sacrifice by which your church is wondrously reborn and nourished, through Christ our Lord. The Lord be with you. Lift up your hearts. Let us give thanks to the Lord our God. It is truly right and just, our duty and our salvation, at all times to acclaim you, O Lord, but on this day above all, to laud you yet more gloriously when Christ our Passover has been sacrificed. For he is the true Lamb, who has taken away the sins of the world. By dying he has destroyed our death, by rising restored our life. Therefore, overcome with paschal joy, every land, every people exults in your praise, and even the heavenly powers with the angelic hosts sing together the unending hymn of your glory as they acclaim. Holy, 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 Lord God of hosts. Heaven and earth are full of your glory. Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. You are indeed holy, O Lord, and all you have created rightly gives you praise. For through your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, by the power and the working of the Holy Spirit, you give life to all things and make them holy. And you never cease to gather a people to yourself, so that from the rising of the sun to its setting, a pure sacrifice may be offered to your name. Therefore, O Lord, we humbly implore you, by the same Spirit, graciously make holy these gifts we brought to you for consecration, that they may become the body and blood of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, at whose command we celebrate these mysteries. From the night he was betrayed, he himself took bread, and giving you thanks, he said the blessing, broke the bread, and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take this, all of you, and eat of it. For this is my body, which will be given up for you." In a similar way, when supper was ended, he took the chalice, and giving you thanks, he said the blessing, and gave the chalice to his disciples, saying, "Take this, all of you, and drink from it. For this is the chalice of my blood, the blood of the new and eternal covenant, which will be poured out for you and for many for the forgiveness of sins. Do this in memory of me." The mystery of faith. He proclaimed, Therefore, O Lord, as we celebrate the memorial of the saving passion of your Son, his wondrous resurrection and ascension into heaven, and as we look forward to his second coming, we offer you in thanksgiving this holy and living sacrifice. Look, we pray, upon the oblation of your church, in recognizing the sacrificial victim by whose death you willed to reconcile us to yourself. Grant that we, who are nourished by the body and blood of your Son, and filled with his Holy Spirit, may become one body, one spirit in Christ. May he make of us an eternal offering to you, so that we may obtain an inheritance with your elect, especially with the most blessed Virgin Mary, Mother of God, with your blessed apostles and glorious martyrs, with St. Augustine, and with all the saints, on whose constant intercession in your presence we rely for unfailing help. May this sacrifice of our reconciliation, we pray, O Lord, advance the peace and salvation of all the world. Be pleased to confirm in faith and charity your pilgrim church on earth, with your servant Francis, our Pope, and John, our Bishop, the order of bishops, all the clergy, and the entire people you have gained for your own. Listen graciously to the prayers of this family, whom you have summoned before you. In your compassion, O merciful Father, gather to yourself all your children scattered throughout the world. To our departed brothers and sisters, and to all who were pleasing to you at their passing from this life, give kind admittance to your kingdom. There we hope to enjoy forever the fullness of your glory. Through Christ our Lord, through whom you bestow on the world all that is good. Through him, and with him, and in him, O God, Almighty Father, in the unity of the Holy Spirit, all glory and honor is yours forever and ever. At the Savior's command, informed by divine teaching, we dare to say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Deliver us, Lord, we pray, from every evil. Graciously grant peace in our days, that by the help of your mercy we may be always free from sin and safe from all distress, as we await the blessed hope and the coming of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Lord Jesus Christ, who said to your apostles, Peace I leave you, my peace I give you. Look not on our sins, but on the faith of your church, and graciously grant her peace in unity in accordance with your will, who live and reign forever and ever. The peace of the Lord be with you always. Behold the Lamb of God. Behold him who takes away the sins of the world. Blessed are those called to the supper of the Lamb. Lord, I am not worthy that you should enter under my roof, but only say the word, and my soul shall be healed. Christ. Hare Krishna. As we are blessed to receive our Lord on this Easter morning, He, the one who is perfect love, casts out all fear, evil, and sin in our lives. It's a beautiful time after receiving our Lord in the Blessed Sacrament, when He is so profoundly close and intimate with us, to give to Him any fear, any anxiety, any sin or addiction. Pray for His grace to set you free. Let us pray. Exultant with paschal gladness, O Lord, we offer the sacrifice by which your church is wonderfully reborn and nourished, through Christ our Lord. It is wonderful to gather as the body of Christ. Come back next weekend. We are open. We want to continue to celebrate and to receive our Lord. And for those that are not here, please come back. The Lord wants you more than you want Him. Let that desire grow in your life. The Lord be with you. Bow for the blessing. May Almighty God bless you through today's Easter solemnity, and in His compassion defend you from every assault of sin. Amen. And may he, who restores you to eternal life in the resurrection of his only begotten Son, endow you with the prize of immortality. Amen. Now that the days of the Lord's Passion have drawn to a close, may you, who celebrate the gladness of the Paschal feast, come with Christ's help and exulting in spirit to those feasts that are celebrated in eternal joy. Amen. And may Almighty God bless you, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Go in the peace of Christ. Alleluia. Alleluia. Thanks be to God. Alleluia. Alleluia.
Jesus is risen.